All right, first and foremost, all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wawakakwadash. Peace, blessings, much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. I'm trying to find this scripture here. I know I'm close to it. Give me a moment. I'm trying to multitask. This is the book of Sirach, also known as the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19 and verse 16. There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. So this is something I do quite often, and it's actually something that pisses me off. And I try to get better at it, but I'll observe my videos from time to time just to see what I can work on within myself. And I always will find myself saying something that I did not mean to say. Like, for an example, John 3 and 16 was brought up. I went to John 17 and 9, and I said just a chapter over, it says what it says in John 17 and 9. Well, John 17 and 9 is not just a chapter over. And I don't know why I said that, because that's not what I meant in my mind. Another video, it kind of pissed me off. I was explaining where the mark of the beast would be implanted in the hand. And I think I said something about the palm of the hand. And I don't know why I said the palm of the hand. But that's how it came off as I was explaining the picture, where in the picture it even shows you that it would be implanted between your index finger and your thumb. Okay? So I say that to say this, I'm not perfect. I'm not a master teacher. I'm still a student. I'm still learning. I'm still growing in this thing. And there are times where I'll say something and I did not even mean to say that. And it's something I do more often than what I would like to do. And I'm trying to get better at it. But I've been doing it all my life. It's just putting it on video, I'm able to critique it more and catch it more. But I'm still imperfect, but that's why I look forward to being changed. Last night when I was driving to work, there was a video hovering through the sky. I tried to get it on video for y'all, but it ended up disappearing. But I'll probably cut back on doing that for a while. I see them all the time. But I think it's already understood for those who understand these chariots are real. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is real. Okay? But back to the point at hand, reading the scripture. There is one that slippeth in his speech. So we'll say things that we don't even mean to say, but not from his heart. But in your mind, you know what you mean. That might not have been what you meant out loud. But in your conscious, you know what you mean. Okay? And it's not what you actually said. It just came out that way. And who is he that hath not offended with his tongue? So all of us have offended with our tongue. All of us have gone off. None of us are perfect. Even when we're trying to break down these scriptures and do the best that we can, so that we could be useful, so that we could be edifying to the believers, to the church out there, there's times that we slip with our tongue. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 4. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. So the Lord raises up men who may even speak with stammering lips. You may have a stuttering issue. You may not talk too well, but you'll break down these scriptures in the right way. But that doesn't mean you won't still slip with your speech. All right? Now, there's a rapper from back in the day. His name was Silk the Shocker, and he was under a music company called No Limit Records with his brother Master P and another brother by the name of C Murder, who's actually doing a prison bid. You know, that's not important. But at the end of the day, Silk the Shocker, when he rapped, he kind of rapped like he had a stutter. He kind of rapped with stammering lips, so to speak. But he still got his words out. You know, he did what he can do. But it was still understood by the listeners, by those who supported his music. Well, the Lord's bringing in men in this ministry from all different backgrounds. And some of us may stutter a little bit. Some of us may be slow of speech, not too well spoken, not too eloquent. We don't speak like college professors. And that's what a lot of you want to hear. You want to hear us with a dynamic voice like that, what's that man's name? There's an audio Bible called Scorby Bible, which I listen to it. I love it, man. I ain't gonna lie. But the man's voice just sounds like the gates of heaven opened up upon you, an array of lights just beaming on your face as he's reading. But the Lord is raising up men who are just normal guys. Don't come off as being men you would expect to know this ministry. Because me, myself, I've talked about it, and I'm not ashamed of it. It happened. It's part of my life. It's part of my story, but I'm a high school dropout. So somebody will say, see, you don't know what you're talking about. How could you know that Bible? But anyway, Isaiah 32 and verse 4. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge. So the heart of the rash, let's go into that word rash. The word is mahar. It says to hasten, to be hurried, be anxious. Precipitate, impetuous, to hasten, make haste, hasten. So anyway, so you have men, like when they talk, they might talk really fast. And them talking fast might cause them to stutter. It's like when they think, it's like their mind's racing. But the Lord will even cause men like that to understand and become teachers. Okay? And the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. Going into that word stammerers, the word is eleg, I believe is how you pronounce that. Speaking inaccurately. Stammering. So there are men in this truth. We may speak inaccurately. We might not be that well spoken. We might stutter. We might slip with our speech. But not with our heart. So for you brothers out there, you may not be the best speaker. You may not be the best teacher. But the Lord is still using you to preach this word. Hell, in fact, there's plenty of times I go out there and teach, and I don't say this, but sometimes I get frustrated in my mind trying to express what I'm reading, trying to articulate the scriptures I read. It's not all the time, but it's happened enough because I'm just a man and I do the best that I can to edify the church. Okay? While at the same time, I'm even edifying myself. Okay? So I might not speak accurate all the time, but in my spirit, I do what I can. And I also try to be an example for just brothers to know that if I can do it, an average guy, you know, the high school dropout, if the Lord can use me, the Lord can use anybody, you know? Seriously. I don't know why this dang radio's playing. I don't know what it's playing. I ain't listening to it though. Let me get parked here. Alright, so I'm at this job now. I would pull out another scripture, but you know, time's really short. I'm kind of behind. I pull up to my job like right at the very moment of time to clock, of it being time to clock in. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Lord willing, this was simple and edifying. All thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.